first up, Mohamed Abroridinov of Tajikistan against Spain's Ayoub Ghadfa. And here is Abroridinov, 24 years of age. Unanimous decision over Republic of Korea's Kim Do-hyun here in Bangkok. Lost his opener in Bustoir Sisio to Norway's Omar Shiha, who went on to claim the quota spot at last year's Asian Games. He was stopped early in round 2 of his opener by eventual winner Bakadir Jalalov, the Uzbek, who is, of course, the reigning Olympic champion. So no disgrace there. Ayoub Ghadfa, pretty high-class operator as well. World bronze medalist last year and gold at April's European Championships in Belgrade. Before that, in Bustoir Sisio, lost a split decision to Italy's Diego Lenzi, who went on to secure a home quota spot for the home nation there in Italy. So, two men with decent resumes, and it's super heavyweights. Anything can happen.
And you also know you're dealing with the super heavyweights when they just step over the top rope there.
No bother, just
as if they were just stepping out of a taxi. Abroridinov, a prodigious and formidable figure. There's the referee getting ready.
Sean Rees from the United States, and Ghadfa, the shorter man. He's already proved himself at high levels. European champion against the man from Tajikistan. Ghadfa already scoring with the jab despite that height discrepancy. Of course, for Ghadfa, because he's the shorter man, he can use the jab, but following it up with the right, fraught with danger.
Yeah, I think that is right, Rory. He's maybe got the marginal speed advantage at the moment, has the Spaniard. Good blocks there every time from Abroridinov, using that lead hand just to cover. He's just gathering the picture a little bit, the man from Tajikistan. Good overhand right, but taken nicely on the gloves. But the Spanish fighter Ghadfa starting strongly.
Yep, showing good speed. The Spaniard, you mentioned that just a few seconds ago. He's quicker, and that jab, it's scoring. It's probably not doing much damage. But that was a bit more behind that jab, and I think Abroridinov felt that. Really good start from Ghadfa, who just took his eye off the ball momentarily, and Ghadfa couldn't capitalise. Midway through round 1, and an overhand right from Ghadfa gets out of the way well, and you can see why he's a European champion.
Well, you certainly can. A little bit reminiscent of Schoenberger against Ortiz earlier on. I'm sure both men were just warming up and concentrating, but the shorter fighter, if you're used to it, it can be an advantage, and that's the thing. So the speed, the slick skills of the Spaniard in blue. He's very good at using that front arm when he gets in close as well, as a bit of a shield. So smart boxing so far from Ayoub Ghadfa.
He hasn't been caught many times by Abroridinov.
By way of contrast, though, these are big thudding shots from the Spaniard in blue. Super success so far. Abroridinov hasn't done enough.
It's good right to the body from Ghadfa as well, varying his shots. That was hard one to the back of the head from Abroridinov, and he's getting a ticking off from the referee, and deservedly so. Maybe a bit of frustration creeping in already for the man from Tajikistan.
Yeah, big time. He's been outgunned, outmatched, and the slick skills of Spain's Ayoub Ghadfa. Well, Abroridinov would have had a game plan, but there's certainly a Spaniard in the works here.
Really good boxing so far from Ghadfa. And now Abroridinov trying to chase, and that's playing into the Spaniard's hands as well. Tactically, he is streets ahead so far in this contest.
Yeah, and the judges, I'm sure, will reward him for that, as they duly do. And he's been great. This is a very calm and professional performance, and he's used that speed differential that he's got, not just in terms of athleticism. He's much quicker in the mind. I don't think that Abroridinov has settled just yet, and that's some of the reasons that we're seeing in these highlights, Rory.
Yeah, and he's eaten a lot of jab as Abroridinov, and that just... They're not especially hard shots, but they stun you for long enough, scramble the senses. And Abroridinov, you could see that frustration with the shot to the back of the head, which he was warned about, and needs to do something different in here in round 2. But again, Ghadfa comes out with the jab, right over the top now, and a bit of a grimace from Abroridinov, as this is following the same pattern as the first already.
And if you watch, as we see the nice head movement there from Ghadfa in blue, every time he throws his jab, his front foot, he's stepping in behind it. It's not an arm punch. By way of contrast, the man from Tajikistan just trying to reach, use his jab. His front foot's not moving. So that athleticism from Ghadfa paying dividends. Steps in with the front foot, throws the big right hand. He's boxing really well here.
He's been so accurate with the jab as well, Ghadfa. Good head movement, good footwork from Ghadfa. He's leading Abroridinov a merry dance at the moment. This is the super heavyweight class. If you've got a puncher's chance, this is the weight division where it's most pronounced, but Abroridinov can barely lay a glove on Ghadfa at the moment.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that balletic style from the man from the Balearics, Ghadfa, he's got that movement. So Abroridinov punching down the way, trying to find him. He does have that puncher's chance. He obviously has the weight behind the punches, but you can see the difference in athleticism from the blue corner to the red, landing at will with plenty of skill is Ghadfa.
Minute to go in round 2. No sign that Abroridinov is going to turn the tide just yet. Covered up well there, did the man from Tajikistan. Needs to find a way through the Spaniards' defences. Hasn't managed to do that. Just as I say that, a 1-2, which Ghadfa takes well, and then Ghadfa right to the body.
Ghadfa's, as you say, Rory, putting on a high pace here, so he'll be glad to hear the bell at the end of this one. The level of concentration, movement, but his eyes are always on Abroridinov. Big right hand slapping off the shoulder of the man from Tajikistan. But he'll be glad to get back to the corner as he finishes off with a nice jab there. Good movement and a really good round.
See Ghadfa, big gulps of air. It's been a big effort, but I'm sure it won't be an effort that's taking masses amount, because he's doing so much scoring. It's not like he's missing. He's dictating the tempo of the bout. He's 2 points ahead on all 5 scorecards, and he is almost certainly, he's a super heavyweight. One big punch and it could be over, but at the moment he's got one step in tomorrow's quarterfinals.
Yeah, he's good value for it. By way of contrast, the big man here, Mohamed Abroridinov, really struggling. And the coaches have got their work cut out here to try and give him some sort of confidence based on no real evidence, because he's having to chase shadows. He's not getting any success behind his punches. So it's all about Ayoub Ghadfa now just being professional. Doesn't need a big third round. Just needs to work behind that jab, use his feints, his head movements. And I would guess weather a storm for at least the first half of this final round.
Ghadfa trying the uppercuts, but using that jab very effectively once more. Now Abroridinov goes after him. Ghadfa, see that really good movement. Moving target. Abroridinov just can't keep up. Just can't catch up to him at the moment.
Yeah, and that's when you've learned the sport from the ground up, and that's obviously what Ayoub Ghadfa has done. Paid attention to the fundamentals. You can see across the legs as well. Good strong calves, good strong thighs as well. He's got that balance, and he's using it to good effect. And this is where all the hard work pays off. Two big targets now. Kill the clock and subdue the man from Tajikistan.
Abroridinov just over 90 seconds to find a bolt from the blue. Knock out the man in blue. Ghadfa's done a really good job of not taking too many punches.
Yeah, he's been very composed. When you're operating at that range, it's a high pace. It's almost a kind of Usyk Fury style, you know. You've got the taller man with the longer reach, but he is dealing then with that master boxer. Ghadfa, as you say, making sure to keep his head out of the way. He knows this is only, it's a big step, but it's not the final step.
Mentioned Alexander Usyk, of course, heavyweight champion at London 2012, where Anthony Joshua won the super heavyweight gold medal. Two meetings in the pros, Usyk winning both, so proof that the bigger man isn't necessarily the better, and Ghadfa proving that adage here decisively. Abroridinov, despite needing a knockout punch, hasn't looked like delivering it. He's not got close enough to deliver it because Ghadfa's movement and ring management has been so good.
Yeah, very, very good. You mentioned there Joshua and Usyk. That's also the differential of when and how long you've been going for. You know, Joshua starting at age 18, 19, older in the ranks. Usyk going since age 4 and 5 in the boxing. You can see the same for Ayoub Ghadfa, well schooled over a long period, whereas Abroridinov maybe not so much in terms of the footwork. So maybe some lessons to be learned, as you would expect. When you get tested, you have to have the answers, and all of those answers came from the blue corner.
He was 2 points ahead on all 5 scorecards going into the final round. I'm pretty sure he'd have extended that. And here comes the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision in the blue corner, representing Spain,
Ayoub Ghadfa through to tomorrow's quota bout. One win away from earning a quota spot at Paris 2024. Says a little prayer in the middle of the ring. Not too over exuberant. He knows he's got more work to do tomorrow, and a good workout for him. Not overly exerted, had things pretty much his own way.
Yeah, that's the sort of fight that or bout that you enjoy having, where you can go through the gears. You're made to concentrate, but you're not picking up any bumps and bruises. And as you say, didn't have to reach too deep in terms of the stamina reserves, but lots to love about that effort from him.
All 3 rounds, 10-9 on all 5 scorecards. A comprehensive win for Ayoub Ghadfa.